Hey YouTube, Bullets for Freedom and Liberty here. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's Wednesday, October 4th. I'm back out here in the reloading room in my safe space. I wanted to start this video out. I've been debating over the last couple days whether or not I even wanted to post this video, but something happened tonight that I wanted to bring to the attention of what happened, and to, I guess, shed some light on my thoughts and feelings about the whole ordeal. So it's Wednesday. On Wednesday nights, we have an action shooting league that I enjoy shooting at when we're not shooting steel or USPSA or any of the other things. But over the course of the last couple days, there's been a lot of videos posted on YouTube with actual video footage of the shooting. I'll post mine within this video tonight as well. Some of the stuff that I just don't feel is necessary to be out there, but I'm not going to post that. But I will post what I had posted on my Facebook page. But I really just wanted to take some time tonight to share with you some of the experiences that I've had since the shooting, and to explain to people what my stance is and Bullets for Freedom and Liberty stands for. Earlier on the way down, Outlaw Morgan, who I have a link to within my channel series, one that I've followed for a while. The reason why I like Outlaw Morgan is because he's raw, he's honest, he is a patriot, he is just right in your face, and I love that about him. So Outlaw Morgan, if you're watching this, buddy, keep up the great work. He posted this thing tonight on safety on, safety off gun control. Because obviously now there is a huge debate from the left, from the gun grabbers who want to take our firearms. And I cannot count how many news reporters, how many people called me over the last 72 to 96 hours ever since Sunday night, and now here we are Wednesday. So over the last couple days, the phone has been blowing up. I handpicked a few of the people who I personally wanted to talk to here locally, people who I knew, people who I trusted that would get the information out based on my aspect. And for that, I'm grateful. But for what I'm really thankful for is the fact that the Las Vegas Police Department, who had no idea, at least the officers near where I was at, had no idea where the bullets were coming from, had no idea where the shooter was at the time of the event. Nobody did. Nobody knows at the time if there were one or two or three or four shooters. And I'll get more into that here in a minute. I don't want to go off on a rant. But what I do want to do is thank the first responders in Las Vegas for the amazing job you all did to help keep the 22,000 people at the Route 91 Harvest Festival safe to the best of your ability. To the best of your ability. You guys did what was necessary and what we were trained to do as first responders. My hat's off to you guys. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, from my wife and I, we cannot thank you enough for everything that you all did down there. So that leads me to, why am I posting this video on my Bullets for Freedom and Liberty? Because I believe in liberty. I believe in freedom. I believe in the First, the Second, the Fourth. I believe in all of the amendments. I believe in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. I believe in Americana. I believe in liberty and the lovers of liberty. When Outlaw Morgan posted this 1.5 minute or 2 minute video on his channel, safety on, safety off, gun control, I made a comment to it, and one of the comments, the comment that I made, and I'm just going to read it from his channel right here, is. Let me redo this. No truer words have ever been spoken. Even though I was personally there and in the middle of the gunfire, I will never give up my guns or my liberties for my freedom. Outlaw, keep preaching the truth, brother. Keep preaching the truth. That's all I wrote. I was just being honest. So I had this highlighted reply, and I'm going to read it, because this guy, Compton, I don't know if you can see that, Compton, what is that, 2952, with no videos, no content, made this comment. And so I want to respond to that, because I think it's warranted. So here's his response, okay? And I'll put a link on it as well. You were there in the middle of the gunfire, huh? Do you have evidence? Or are you like the rest of these jackasses just going along to get along? I don't see any videos that you posted about that event. Surely you got some footage on that event, seeing how you were directly in the middle of all that gunfire. Okay, so did it trigger me? No, but what it did make me realize, all I did, you can go to that post. I basically gave him a link to my personal Facebook page, and then I asked him, what else would you like to see? The girl's head that was blown off just a few feet away from my wife, or the guy's leg blown off from the knee down as well? I'm sick of these internet trolls that don't have a fucking clue. Excuse my French. My point is, there are these people out there, and I have not yet seen one person that has made a comment who was there. How do I put that? That has said that they were there falsely. That they say they were there, but they weren't. All of these videos that were there are legitimate videos. There were 22,000 people at the venue. That's 21,500 cameras or phones or whatever. I mean, nobody has the lighters anymore. Everybody holds up their phone at the shows. So, Outlaw, if you're here, if you're watching this, buddy, keep up the great work. I love listening to you. I love watching you. You're raw, you're honest, you're a patriot, and I'm proud to put your side up on through mine, through Bullets and for Freedom. What I don't appreciate are all of these Facebook, Twitter, prostitute media. Everybody has an opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, right? Here's my opinion. One of the number one questions that I've been asked over the last 3 days. Do you believe in gun control? What could you have done different? How did it make you feel? The list goes on and on, but how did it make you feel? How did it make you feel? I didn't feel anything. It's not that I'm cold. It's that less than 2 years ago, we did an active shooter drill right here in my hometown, going through this almost the exact scenario. First responders train for this. So the thing that gets me the most, and besides what Compton 29, whatever he did, that doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that there's so many, we all have the opinions. There are so many variables to what really happened. Do I believe that there were more than one shooter? I can't answer that. From where I was at, maybe 50 to 75 feet from the stage, and maybe 50 feet or so to the gate 1A at the corner of Mandalay Drive and the Boulevard. I was right there. I'm going to post the video here within this video. Did I hear the gunfire? Of course I heard the gunfire. Did I hear the rounds hitting? At the time, no, I did not hit the rounds hitting. But as my brain was able to process and things slowed down and I was able to think and to recall, I do remember the bullets hitting the ground. I do remember having them hit the trailers in front of us. I remember hitting the cop cars. I remember watching the officer get shot in the neck. I remember letting the guy right next to me know, hey, we've got an officer down right there. And I remember turning off the camera, and I remember going down and grabbing the guy in the black cowboy hat, and the two of us went down there, and we assisted in getting the officer back behind the wall. Did it happen? It happened so fast. We knew that he was going to be safe, and when I got the text from my wife that she was already back at the hotel, my instinct and my training, thank God, kicked in. Was I afraid? I don't remember being afraid. Am I being a hero? I don't think of myself as a hero. But I saw what I saw and the bodies. Do I believe this was a false flag? My gut's telling me that it is. I'm not a conspiracy theorist nut job. I question everything. I don't have the answers. But what I do remember is hearing the loud thumping that was not a 223 or a 5.56. It sounded like a full 30 caliber bullet. Maybe it was an AR-10. Maybe the pictures that they're showing, and I'll get into that in just a second. But, I was there. Here's my proving that I'm over 21. Here is my wristband from the section. If you want to look it up, go look it up and see where our seats were. We weren't sitting in our seats. We were up in the tent. So having that access and seeing the bodies fall and hearing the gunfire, my wife looked at me and said, "That's an AK-47," because the heavier, distinct sound of an AK-47. And those of you who have shot them, you know that distinct sound. It's completely different than a 223 or a 5.56. Completely different sound. An AR-10 has a completely different sound. Right or wrong? Okay? So when I hear that first volley, and she looks at me and says, that's a gang shooting. Because we were so close to the strip, we honestly thought that there was a robbery or a gang shooting that was taking place. Nobody knew. The officers didn't even know. Nobody knew where the gunfire was coming from. And do you honestly think they're going to shoot back up into a hotel with all the other people that were there? They did not know. To my knowledge, they did not know until the windows were broken and the alarm went off, and then the smoke alarm went off in the room where they were able to pinpoint it. They did the best that they could with the information they were given at the time they were given it. I'm trying to stay calm here because I don't want to come off of being angry, because I'm not angry. I'm not angry at the gun. I'm not angry at the high capacity magazines or any of that. I'm angry at whoever did this, whether it be a no-name 62-year-old guy that comes out of the middle of nowhere that has a gambling problem, or whatever the hell story the prostitute media wants to put together. I don't know. I was there, but I wasn't in the room. All I know is that there was a barrage of gunfire hailing down upon my wife and myself and 22,000 other concert goers. In the 18 to 20 minute time frame, and the multiple magazine changes and the repetitive thumping of the round, you hear the round go by you first before you hear the gunshot go off. Speed of sound, people. Speed of sound. It's going faster than the speed of sound. You're going to hear the bullet go by and hit before you hear the gunshot, before you hear the report. I never imagined in my life that I'd be at the receiving end of what I believed was a .30 caliber round, or multiple. I never asked for this. I never asked to be thrown into the spotlight. I never asked to be in a situation of a life and death situation. Did I make it through? Thank God I did. Thank God my wife is safe. Thank God the people who made it out were safe. My heart goes out to the ones who didn't. This is an absolute disgusting tragedy. People are pure evil. There is evil out there, regardless of who you may think it is. Does it change my point of view on guns? Absolutely not. I don't blame the gun. But I find it ironic that the pictures that were released just happen to have all of the accessories that everybody's all afraid of. The pistol grip or the 40 millimeter grenade launcher you go down to frickin' Walmart and buy. Give me a break, you liberal left-hard pieces of shit. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the left constantly coming after my freedoms and liberties. I'm sick of it. And the first thing you all want to do is go out and blame the gun, blame the gun. And how ironic is it that just this morning that they're putting up the full body scanners for everybody to go into Las Vegas. Do you don't think they don't have a plan for all of this? These liberal left-wing Democrat pieces of shit have been foaming at the mouth for this for years. They'll do anything they can to take your liberties and freedom away. But I digress. I'm 13 and a half minutes into this video, and I digress. I'm at the point now where you will believe what you want to believe. If you weren't there, you have no idea what it's like to be shot at unless you have unless you've served our country and were overseas in theater. And for that, I can't even imagine. I can a little bit, because it was literally what I would conceive as a war zone. Because that's what it was. With an unknown shooter in an unknown position. Do I believe there was somebody on the fourth floor? I don't know. Do I believe that there was somebody else with him? I don't know. Maybe the receipts that the lady posted from the room service show that there were multiple people. Do I listen to Alex Jones? I do, because in 20 years that I've listened to Alex Jones, I've yet to see that he's been wrong. So, am I one of those right-wing conservative nut job, Bible thumping, gun loving, shooting people? Yeah, absolutely, I am. I believe in freedom. I believe in liberty. I believe in the right to defend yourself, the right to defend your country. I believe in those things to the core of my being. But do I have an answer for what was there? Because of the fact that I was there? Guys, how do you describe a 15 to 18 minute ordeal of pure chaos with over 20,000 people in a what I would equivalent to a 4-block radius, pinned in, literally caged in, with very few exits that were open, with nobody knowing what was going on, and a barrage of gunfire and bodies falling to the floor? It was chaotic. That's the only way I can describe it. It was chaotic. Thank God my wife and I understand the concept of egress, and to be able to get out and to be aware of your surroundings at all times, no matter where you're at. Whether you're walking from the store into your car, whether you're walking from your car to your home, into your front door, wherever it is that you live, or in a mall somewhere, or in a large group of inebriated people. People keep saying, well, I heard more than one shot, I heard more than one shooter, or all this. Think about it. 20-some thousand people, where the majority of them were inebriated in one way or another. The reverberation of the gunshots and the ricochets and just the sound vibrating off the buildings. Nobody knows. Sure, there's lots of other videos that are out there. Sure, there are videos that are showing flashes off the 4th floor or whatever it is. We don't know. There are going to be questions on this, guys, that we will possibly never know the answers to. But never stop asking questions. Don't assume. Do the research for yourself. Do the research for yourself. It's that simple. I mean, Bullets for Freedom and Liberty, I started this channel because of my passion for the shooting industry, for the passion of shooting sports, for the passion of being able to take blank lead and turn it into a projectile that I can go and practice with at a fraction of the cost, and to share that information with the viewers to be able to save money to train. Because my philosophy is educate yourself, defend yourself, train yourself, defend yourself, educate yourself. Learn and understand the value of egress, and to know where your surroundings are and where's the nearest exit. If anybody can take anything away from this, is to be careful and to know your surroundings. One of the reporters asked me, well, you carry a firearm? I do. I carry a firearm everywhere with me, not because I'm paranoid. There's no need to be paranoid because I carry a gun. Am I trained to use it? Absolutely. Am I trained to use it? We all are. A wise man told me just the other day before I made the decision to go and talk to the media. And he said, choose your words very carefully. And that's what I've been doing. But he also said, imagine the fact that there's how many hundreds of millions of other gun owners like us out there. And the fact that this hasn't happened before. Because the reality is, the responsibility of owning a firearm, the responsibility of having a permit, doing it legally. Second Amendment guarantees the right to keep and bear arms. We don't need some freaking permit, but we do it anyways because we're law-abiding citizens. Whether they're bullshit laws or not, we still abide by them. Do you think criminals are going to turn their guns in on this? Oh, hell no. Criminals love gun-free zones. In fact, I read an article just today that Las Vegas death toll happens every single month in Chicago. In fact, well, we had 59 people lost their lives in Las Vegas this weekend. It's a travesty. But you know what? Based on the Daily Wire, you know what they call that in Chicago? June. Because in June they had 84 murders. So you can't tell me this is a mass shooting in U.S. history. This happens every month in Chicago. And you can't tell me that Chicago doesn't have some of the toughest laws in the world. It's a gun-free zone. So don't preach to me about gun control. Gun control doesn't work. Gun control does not work. Period. So the leftists, the left-wing nut jobs that are out there saying, we need more control, they just want control over our lives. Does this make me think that this could be a false flag attack? Absolutely. Because the left is literally foaming at the mouth to come after our liberties and our freedoms. And it pisses me off. Give me liberty. I can handle the rest. And I'm sure that my viewers and the other people out there that are in the shooting community, we're law-abiding citizens. It is the burden of that on our shoulders to be a responsible U.S. citizen, a responsible gun owner, a responsible person that trains, that understands, that takes that burden with the ability to take somebody's life if necessary, and only when necessary. I have yet to see, because we're not going to be out there doing these mass shootings, because we actually have respect for life. Unlike the left-wing Democrat nut job that's all they foam at the mouth, this Antifa and the threats that these guys are making. Take that seriously, folks, because they're funded by Soros. They're funded by these left-wing nut jobs who want your guns. Who want your guns. They want to take your liberties and freedoms away. How ironic is it that all of the guns that were found in this guy's room apparently had all of the big scary accessories that everybody wants to get rid of, right? So just think about that. You really think that a 62-year-old guy can lug up 18 highly customized, highly modified ARs? Maybe. Don't know. I want to see his training. I want to see what kind of a background this guy has. I was understanding he was a real estate developer, that his brother even said he didn't realize he had guns. But again, I digress. So I'll post my 2.5 minute video taken from the opposite side of the stage of the VIP section. I'll post it for those so you can see it. I've posted it on my Facebook page. A couple replies. I'm not going to post the bodies. I'm not going to post any of the other video that I shot after we got a dozen or so people to safety. I'm not here to brag about that. I did what I thought needed to be done. Plain and simple. It breaks my heart that so many people lost their lives. I just thank God every day I don't live in Chicago or LA or New York. So if you want to preach gun control, find another country. This is the last free country on the planet. And I'm sorry, but I'm gonna stand on this one. I'm gonna stand and fight on this one, because this is wrong what the left is doing. And this is a call out to everybody. Be prepared. I believe this is just the beginning. I'm not a fearmonger. That really happened. That really happened. There was blood. There were people shot. People's lives were lost. That event happened. A false flag, maybe with an ulterior motive to push somebody's agenda. Sure looks hinky to me. I would appreciate your posts, your comments. If you want to troll me, fine, that's it. But guys, I appreciate you tuning in for the last 20 some minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put up the video here. I don't really have much more to say. Is just be vigilant, educate yourself, train, defend yourself. But I guess the sad part about it is that we are now coming into a reality of where the left and the Antifa and the hardcore left, the gun grabbers, they're coming after us because we're white, American, loving Trump lovers. I didn't vote for Trump regardless, but be vigilant. Be prepared. Don't be paranoid. Be prepared. I do believe that this is literally just the beginning. It breaks my heart to say that. Is this what we wanted? Is this what I wanted? Absolutely not. I never asked for any of this. Neither did the other 22,000 people that were there. So I guess do your own research. Continue to ask questions. Make the phone calls. Do everything you can to stop the left from trying to steal our liberties and our freedoms. Because that's what Bullets for Freedom and Liberty stands for. I mean, we live in the greatest country on this planet. And it's only the greatest country on this planet because so many people have bled and died for this country. And if we're going to stand by and continue to stand by and in vain and watch these people destroy the founding beliefs of what it was that we believe and stand for, then I want nothing to do with you. But because of the fact that because we live in such an amazing country and because so many people fought, bled, and died for our freedoms, I will proudly stand. I proudly stand every time that flag waves. And it breaks my heart to see it at half-mast, and it breaks my heart to even imagine that I was a part of it. So thank you, Las Vegas. Thank you to all the first responders. Thank you to just for everything that you all did. You guys did an amazing job. That community came together and really came together as a community, and the hearts poured out. And they did amazing things down there in the 24 to 48 hours afterwards. And I love Las Vegas. I look forward to one day going back. But for now, I'm going to stay here in my reloading room. I'm going to work on new rounds. I'm going to continue to live my life, to continue to do my things, but I'm also going to continue to fight for our liberties and for our freedoms. So thank you all for watching. Take care and God bless. God damn it.
Gun shooting. Somebody shoot that dog!
Do you see him anywhere?
No,
I know we've got an officer down right there.
I don't see these officers fucking got this shit covered, man.
Oh, I know.
They know their job.
He's still active.
These guys got this covered.
Oh yeah. No.
That's what they do.
Son of a bitch just for lighting off the fireworks.
Do they even know where the shooter's at? 'Cause
I don't know.
we've got an officer down right there in the third car back.